everybody, it's Mr. Black here. It is lesson number 4 for the alto saxophone. I'm really excited for you. Now this will cover the alto saxophone and the tenor saxophone. Isaiah, I got you, dude, don't worry. So today we're going to cover the first 3 notes, which we already know, and we're going to talk about note number 4 and how to play that correctly. We might even get a chance to do some arts and crafts, maybe. We'll see how that goes. But let's warm up, shall we? First thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we get a good sound on our saxophone, so we're going to start with just our neck and our mouthpiece to warm up, just like we do every day. Bottom lip rolled in, corners of our mouth nice and tight and firm, but not too firm where you don't get a sound. So let's see if you can make this sound. Try it with me. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready. Wow, did you hear that squeak? Well, that happens sometimes. When we're playing our instruments, sometimes we don't get the best sound we want. That's okay. That doesn't mean stop. That means keep trying. Here we go. Let's try again. Ready? 1, 2, ready. Great. Let's remember that we want to tongue our notes. So in order to do that, you're going to take the tip of your tongue and touch the tip of the reed right here. We're going to try 4 of those, but keep your air going the whole time like this. Notice how I didn't do this. Can you do it with me? Here we go. Ready? And go. Fantastic. Let's put our whole instrument together now. We're going to review some notes. Note number 1 on the alto saxophone is G or C on the tenor saxophone. Can you play this note? Be very careful not to let your hand touch any of these side keys or the bottom side keys. We want it off to our side and have a good firm embouchure. That's the way our mouth is set up on our instrument. See if you can play 4 Gs. Your turn. Ready, set. Here we go. Fantastic job. A is note number 2. That's 1 and 2 down if you're an alto saxophone. If you're a tenor saxophone, that's where we add all 6 fingers and the octave key. Here we go. Note number 2. 1, 2, ready. Do it with me again right now. Here comes note number 3. It's B for the alto saxophone. Or if you're a tenor saxophone, it's E. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. B for alto is just your first finger. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Let's do 4 of those. Fantastic. So you're saying, Mr. Black, I've got the first... Oh yeah, that's Lil Lamb. Still missed. I don't know where Lil Lamb is. Anyways, you're saying I've got the first 3 notes. I want to learn the 4th note. Well, good news for you. If you're an alto saxophone player, the 4th note, you're not moving your hands at all. But the 4th note is going to be the finger you never show anybody. It's your middle finger. Is this one right here. This is called C on the alto. If you're a tenor saxophone player, pretty exciting. You play 1, 2, 3, and your top finger down here with the octave key in the back. That's for tenor, and that's F for tenor. For alto saxophones, it is C. Here we go. Ready? Let's try 4 note number 4s. 1, 2, ready. Hey, let's try that one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's play 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, note number 4. Here comes note number 3. Here comes note number 2. Here comes note number 1. Great work, my friends. Hey, let's do something. Let's go to arts and crafts. Okay, it's not funny. I get it. I'm not scary. It's fine. All right, well, here we are in Arts and Crafts, and we're taking a look at these 5 lines. We call this the staff. Oh, yeah. Let's review it. We've got 5 lines, and we remember that elephants got big, dirty feet, and we remember face is space. So, if we remember this, elephants got big, dirty feet, and F A, C, E. Yes, Mr. Black is left-handed, so I know it's a little distracting. We're going to talk about the first 4 notes and where they show up on our music. So we're going to start reading music starting next week, and this is going to help us. So let's talk about note number 1. Note number 1 for alto saxophone is G, and let's take a look at where that's at. Let's see here. Is it going to be a line or space? Well, we know that it's going to be a line because G is on Elephants Got Big Dirty Feet. Second line. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a G. Okay, that's note number 1 for alto saxophone, G, number 1, and that's what it would look like if you're reading it on music. Let's talk about note number 2 for alto saxophone. By the way, Isaiah, I'll get to tenor saxophone in the next portion of this. Note number 2 is A. And we know that that's going to be on a space because F-A-C-E. So that's going to be right next to that note number 1, but it's on a space instead of a line. So we've got G and A. What is note number 3? Well, if we do our musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Yep, you got it. It is B. And that's note number 3 for the alto saxophone. So we're going to draw that right here because it is on the B line, as you can see. And this is where the stem starts going the opposite direction. B and up, it goes down. G and A, it goes up. I know it's confusing. We'll get there. No worries. And we just learned note number 4, which we said was C. And note number 4 is right here on our C space. So note 1 on a line, note 2 on a space, note 3 on a line, note 4 on a space. Do you see a pattern? I hope you do. Alto saxophones, these are your first 4 notes, and we're going to play a little game here. Let's see if you can do it. All right, so altos, I just rearranged our notes, and I want to know if you can figure out what this song is. And while you're trying to figure this out, I'm going to give you 20 seconds and sing my terrible singing voice, the Jeopardy theme song. Da 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 da. Okay, you get the idea. Tell me what notes we got here. Saxophones. All right, altos. We're looking at our first note that we have. Is it on a line or a space? It's on a space. And so we're going to look over here, and it's on the 3rd space, which means C. Correct. That is note number 4 for the altos, also known as C. What about this note right here? Line or space? It is on a space. It is A. Very good. So let's figure out what is A on the alto saxophone. Well, that's note number 2. That's A. Let's figure out this next note right here. Line or space? It's on a line. It is B on the B line here. We're going to call that note number 3. So here is B and note number 3. And then last but not least, it's home bass. Look at that. We know that note. That's G, note number 1. So if you're an alto saxophone, these are your first 4 notes. Altos, here's the deal. For a challenge, if you want to earn a Rancher of the Jolly possibly, you must take the staff, draw those lines, and try to show me what the notes would be for hot cross buns. If you do that, take a picture, email it to me, you might become the winner of a Rancher of the Jolly, which I will hand deliver to you. Isaiah, let's take a look at your notes. If you're an alto sax player, don't worry, this is it. This is the end of your video. But if you're a tenor sax player, let's take a look at your notes real quick. All right, Isaiah, we're talking tenor sax here. So we're going to start with our first note that we're going to learn in our book is middle C. That's what we want to learn from our tenor saxophone. So middle C is note number 1, and that's going to be on this space right here. That's C. And we want to learn note number 2. That's going to be D for us. D, line or space, my friend. You got it. It's on a line. D is going to be right here. Let's go to note number 3. This is D, 2. Let's go to note number 3. Note number 3 is E, my friend, and E is on a space. It's going to be right here. Ooh, that was a terrible E. Don't tell anybody. That's note number 3. And the note that we learned today, Isaiah, is F. Remember 1, 2, 3, 1, and F is on the top line right here. And that is note number 4, my friend. Okay, let's see if you can play the game that I just played. You've got approximately 10 seconds right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tell me what these notes are. If we look right here, it's on the top line. We know that that's F. That's our new note number 4. If we look on the next note, it's on a line, not a space. It's on the 4th line. That means it's D. We know that that's note number 2. We look at the next note, it's on a space, not a line, and we know it's at the very top. That means it's an E, and we know that that is note number 3. And then we know right here, it's home bass, it's C, note number 1. So your challenge, Isaiah, is to see if you can play this melody, F, D, E, C. If you can't, take a video of it, send it to me, my friend. You have a great week. You rock!